Hello, how are you? Are you relaxed? Are you comfortable? I'm hoping to help bring you some relaxation, give you some whispering ASMR style work. If you want, you can just lie back and listen. Sometimes I'll whisper, sometimes I'll just talk in a soft jazz voice. This is a whisper time. Now it's time for the jazz voice. And the jazz voice is this, because I also do a jazz podcast along with a popular podcast, pop music podcast. You can find them on Mixcloud. I'll put a link. It should show up there maybe if I'm capable. So are you relaxed? Are you stressed? I think one of the reasons I've not sat behind the microphone to do this in some time is I've been going through a lot of stress too. It's a stressful time in a situation we've never found ourselves in before, so it can be unique, to say the least. So I hope you're doing well. I hope you can lie back, relax, chill out, take a deep breath. Remember to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and then reverse the process. Do that 10 times in a row. It releases GABA. It's a very long word that I can't quite remember the full pronunciation thereof, but GABA, if you look it up, which you can do if you're watching this, you can open a Google window and have a peek. But GABA is a chemical in your brain that gets released when you take 10 to 12 deep cleansing breaths. It calms the body and the mind. Now I know I've talked about this before, but that's okay. Sometimes I repeat myself. After all, I'm an old guy, right? You can tell by my long beard. It shall soon be gone. This is just for fun, for whimsy, because during the day when I'm at work, I have to wear a mask all day, so I don't get to do this very often. Today I was able to work from home for a change, so I thought I'd have some fun. It's a different situation for me to work from home. I do it from time to time. I take a lot of training online from home for my job, but we're so incredibly busy that I'm rarely here. When I am, I'm usually just sleeping. And we all like to get some sleep, don't we? Of course, I like to wake up to a nice hot cup of coffee, which means I'm going to have to program my coffee machine. And by program it, I mean put water and coffee in it, and when I wake up in the morning, I'll tell the Googler to make it for me, because it's on one of those remote outlet things, which I think is kind of cool. You know, we're living in the future. I say that as somebody who at the age of 52 years remembers a time when the idea of having, this medium, me being able to do this, having a smartphone that literally gives me the ability to watch high-definition video, shoot high-definition video, record high-quality audio, use a studio microphone like this through a mixing console, and producing content like this from my home. This was all a dream 25 years ago. This was science fiction when I was a boy. Now it's science fact. Yesterday when I was leaving the client site, I had a video conference call I had to hop on. So I just placed my phone on the dash of my car. It connected to the Bluetooth and the mobile infotainment system, I believe they call it. And I was able to utilize the microphone in the car and the speakers while looking at the 5 other people in the meeting, 4 of whom were also in their car, in real time, in real motion, with real sound and vision. It really is the stuff of science fiction for those of us who can remember a time when this was literally science fiction. There was no scientific fact to back it up. It was a dream that someday this could happen. Well, that day's been with us for some time now, but what I find most impressive is how much the technology improves every few months. And I don't mean the hardware per se. I mean, I get a new phone every couple of years. But the software that's on it just improves tenfold every few months. And to me, that's impressive, considering video conferencing is what I do for a living. That's how I earn my income. So to be able to do all of this on a device this size that fits in my pocket, that I open with my fingerprint, that's, like I said, it's living in the future. And I think it's pretty cool. So, like I said, I have a jazz podcast, so if you like jazz music, I'll give you the link to it. But also on that, my Mixcloud page is where I offer up the full gamut of shows. I have 125 shows in total currently, so about almost 200 hours of content, I believe. Several 3 and 4 hour shows, a couple of 5-hour shows, and some of the main program is called Songs and Stories, and it's in a volume series. Sometimes I'll do special editions, so it'll be, say for example, the last 2 shows were Songs and Stories, Volume 71, 70s Rock Part 1, Volume 71, 70s Rock Part 2. Next show will be 81. What am I saying? Not 71, 81. The next show will be 87, 86. Sorry, Volume 86. The next show will be Volume 87. And 20 songs, 20 stories, 20 artists or groups thereof. And I'll probably be recording that tomorrow once I get the playlist fully put together. As for the jazz shows, it's Songs and Stories, Supplemental Jazz Edition. And currently I have 25, Part 1 through Part 25, so 25 shows, 1 hour each, so 25 hours of jazz shows if you like the jazz music and if you like this voice and how I talk. Trying to give you the laid-back, chilled-out voice, that is. If you listen to the main program, it's vastly different, as it's rock, pop, metal, top 40, 60s, 70s, 80s, retro 90s, which is difficult for me to think of retro 90s, and yet the 90s ended 22 years ago, 21 years ago. It's a while ago, a couple of decades back. Hard to believe it's in the rearview mirror. It literally feels like just yesterday it was New Year's Eve, 1999, and here we are, 2021. If you had told me I still would have been here, I might have had a hard time believing you. Every day above ground is a blessed day. Even the hard days is better than not being here, right? I didn't think I'd be around this long. I'm not going to get into it in this show. I'll talk about it another time, but I'm glad I'm here, because I've never been better. I've never been happier. I've never been more content with myself. I mean, current state of the world is another thing altogether, but I can't control that, can I? No more than you can. So if you look over there, right around there, I could put a pretty little tree right there. That's my ode to Bob Ross. Take care. I hope to see you sooner than later.